What's up, everybody? What's up? It's Thursday. It's Thursday, so you know what time it is. It's time for another episode of the Love Entrepreneurs Show. We got you only see two people right now, but there are actually four people here today. So we're gonna get into this conversation real quick and in a hurry. If you don't know what you're watching the Love Entrepreneurs Show. If you don't know what Love Entrepreneurs is, it is a fellowship of business owners, entrepreneurs, with the whole goal being to help ordinary people build extraordinary businesses. There's something that they used called that they refer to as their signature dish. Listen, I'm saying they, but I'm a part of this as well. So I'm going to say our signature dish called the Big Fix. And we're going to talk a little bit about the Big Fix in just a moment. We're going to do a real quick round robin 60 seconds. Let us know who you are. You see Rob and myself on the screen. We've also got Kim and Lisa on audio as well. So let's start with the audio guests that we have on the panel. We'll go with Lisa and then Kim and then Rob. Take 60 seconds, introduce yourself to the folks, and then we're gonna jump into the conversation.
Okay, good evening, everybody. This is Lisa Brown. I am a strategist, a neurostrategist. I'm out here trying to help people connect in a more intimate way with their body and their brain so they know how everything works together because we need to have some very essential information that we don't have. And when we get that information, we can really change our lives, our health, and everything. Every way you can think of, we get better. So also a part of Love Entrepreneurs. We're a fellowship. We're here to help and support small businesses and even large businesses. We don't care what size you are, but we
Mhm.
up here supporting each other in this love fest of global business owners trying to help each other out. So we're here to chop it up tonight.
Indeed, indeed. And thank you for being a part of this experience. We have a guest
Thank
on
you.
the panel tonight. So normally you see Lisa, myself, Rob, Peter, or Larry. You see some regular faces every week. We have a guest tonight. Kim is with us. Kim, if you can hear me, go ahead and tell us who you are. 60 seconds, introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, I'm Kim from Trinidad and Tobago. I'm an entrepreneur itself, right? I'm basically into graphic design, photography, and any type of technology devices. And I'm proud to be here. This is my first time logging in. Looking forward.
Indeed, and we're glad to have you. And you fit right into today's conversation because we're talking about technology. So that's awesome. Go ahead, Rob.
Yep, we are talking about technologies, one of my favorite subjects. And my phrase underneath my name says automation time, and essentially what I'm about. I'm about finding out how we can automate what we're doing that's repetitive, so we can do whatever we're doing better and faster. Because that's what it's time to do. It's time to do things better and faster. Because that ultimately that ultimately means more time for yourself and other good things.
Indeed. I love it. I love it. So we got Rob in the house, and Rob's actually going to be a great asset to this conversation as well. I'm Oliver Marcel, author, speaker, and coach in the relationship building and men's enrichment spaces. It is my goal to share my story in hopes that it will encourage and inspire you as you go through your journey, because there's some things I learned on my journey and I feel called to share them with you. And so that is who I am. Listen, we got Barry in the comments. Barry Tate is here. Greetings from TNT. Great panel
Hey,
this
Barry.
evening. Barry, thank you for being a part of this experience as well. All right, let's get into this conversation. We're talking about, those of you, if you saw the description, we're talking about utilizing technology in a way that will grow your business. Now, I'm going out on a limb right now and saying that it doesn't matter what industry that you are in, you probably should be utilizing some level of technology for some aspect of your business. Now, let me just throw that out to
Mhm.
panel. Do you disagree with that? Do you agree with that? And why? Does it matter the industry? Are there industries that don't need technology in this day and age?
Zero.
Zero.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's zero that don't need it. It's like you know, it's like zero businesses out here actually don't need money. It's like you need money. You need technology as much as you need revenue. You need
Wow.
technology as much as you need employees. There's nothing that is higher than that because your technology helps your revenue. Your technology helps your employees. It helps everything. The right technology. Yeah.
Ah,
So that answer that question quickly.
the right technology. That
Hmm.
I'm glad you said that because we're going to talk about what the right technology might be. How
Hmm.
about the folks we have on audio? Would you agree with that? Is there an industry that doesn't need technology in this day and age?
I mean, I can't even think of one because I mean, down to farming, they're using technology on the fields. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
I can't even think of who doesn't. I mean, maybe the Amish. I'm just gonna guess. I mean, maybe the old. I mean, I don't know. I can't think of anybody who wouldn't use technology right now, apart from my Amish neighbors down the road. But I can't think of an industry honestly anymore.
And here's what's interesting about you mentioning the Amish, right? You're in Pennsylvania. Um,
Yes.
here's the thing: they may not use it in maybe in their homes per se, but if they're running a business, if you go to the Amish market, if you go to any of their, the furniture outlets or things that they do, they got to have some way of taking payments, some way of uh, dealing with inventory, some way, so I think even in that
Definitely.
regard, yeah, there's some things that happen there.
They
Uh,
they come in sorry, there's a little lag, Oliver. They come in from from where they live, and they come to the farmers market every Thursday through Saturday. So
mm,
they're gonna, they take your debit card and you know what I mean? They
yeah,
gotta have a way to make money. So hey, that's technology being used. So there, I
yeah.
was wrong. So there's no one. I can't think of anyone. Amish is all I could come up with, and that ain't even work. So
I can't think of anyone
it's
either.
hard. I can't think.
Yeah, and Kim's kind of been jumping in and out, but I would imagine Kim, you would agree as well. There probably isn't an industry that does not need technology. Would you agree with that? Uh, I think we may not have Kim in an audio, but I listen. I'm just going to go out on a limb
Hmm.
because Kim is in the technology business. That she would probably agree with that. We got Elaine in the comments as well. Thank you, Elaine, for being here. Greetings from the Algarve. I hope I said that correctly.
Wow, where's
Elaine
that?
is here with us as well. So, all right. So, since we got that out of the way, so that nobody can come back to us and say, this is not relevant for me, right? We got that out of the way. All right.
It's relevant for everyone.
It's relevant for everybody. So, let's talk about now uh, the individuals who are starting up, right? Because technology may be the way it's utilized may be different depending on where you are on your entrepreneurial journey, on your business journey. Are there any things that you suggest a new startup that you suggest they have right from jump as in the way of technology?
Heck yeah. Right off the bat. Now this could be different, but this is definitely one of the first ones. This could be definitely a whole bunch of different number ones, but this is one of the number ones, and that's all of your communication. Whatever communication you're doing to your audience, like that.
Okay.
Technically, you need to have a technology helping you communicate with your community and with the community, because there's a lot of communicating that needs to go on. Because there's a lot of communicating that's going on. It's a very noisy, busy world. So in order for you to be in the world, to be busy and moving and interacting with those you want to interact with, you got to do a lot of that. Well, if you do a lot of that, you're going to have very short bandwidth for anything else. That's why you have to use technology for your communication, so then that can free you up to then do more things of value and connect with people you need to connect with.
What are some of the more, I was going to say popular, but it doesn't necessarily have to be popular. But what are some of the more utilized communication outlets in the way of technology that you see or recommend?
Well, for number one, your social media presence, because that's where everyone's at. That's where everyone's interacting. And so all of your social media channels, like that's number one. Social media and email and texting, those are the best ways to communicate with people on a consistent basis. Text is the best if you have messages you want to get to someone, because an email has open rates of anywhere from 5%, 12%, 20%, 30%, maybe 50%. Text messages are all the percent, just about, because everyone has to move they have to move that message, and so you want to automate that. But
Mm,
back to the most important one that's in front of everybody, that's the social media. Your social media, that's where people are going to engage with your content, and then you can immediately engage with them inboxing and doing things of that nature. So as much technology as you have involved in that, the better you can do that part, you know.
yeah, that's good. And I love that you mentioned the text message because that is something that more people are starting to utilize now
Mm-hmm.
than before, but there's still a large number of industries and entities that could take advantage of that for the very reason that you said. Open email
Mm-hmm.
open rates are extremely low. I've seen numbers as low as 3%
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
email open rates. I've
Yep.
seen numbers as high as 80% for text
Right.
messages.
Right.
Actually, I've seen higher than that, 83, 84% for text
Mm-hmm.
messages. So,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
um,
agree. That would have a better shot at getting answered.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
indeed, indeed.
Yep.
And
Yep.
I can attest to that because even if I don't answer it, I see it.
You see it.
Right.
I
You
don't
see it.
You
always
have a
I'll be
choice right
honest,
then and there.
I don't always see the email.
Right.
Yeah,
I always see the text message.
Mm-hmm.
So,
true.
That's a
so
good note.
just getting that out is good. Michael McRae is in the building. Greetings from Panama. Thank you for being here from
Hey, Michael.
Panama. Thank you for being there. We're
Panama in
talking
the
about
house.
technology. Yeah, we're talking about technology today and utilizing technology to grow your business. So, those of you who are watching this now or watching the replay, please share with us in the comments your technology tool of choice, the thing
Mm.
that you feel like all businesses should have. We would love to share that in the comments just to help out the folks who will interact with this video. So I got that from you, Rob. We talked about communication. Kim, Lisa, any technology tools that come to mind that you would tell a startup, hey, listen, you need to make sure you at least have this? I think we lost Kim. So,
Um,
Lisa.
Kim, you go ahead. What you got to say? I mean, let me talk first because Kim is the specialist. So
Yeah, yeah.
I'll just say my little piece. I know me personally. Since from the time that I was in sales support, I have this particular. I mean, this is just so little, but it's technology, so I have to acknowledge it, and
Mhm.
it's a go-to for me. I have my scanner app that I use, and I
Okay.
was using that since for a few years now, and it started when I was in the medical device industry, because for there's so much paperwork involved, so I'd have to take pictures and all that stuff, and of different documents and receipts and things of that nature. So I got with this scanner app that's just my favorite. And it's like, I can't use any other scanner app but that one. There is just no other one. The way I can organize my things, all my documents, everything that I have on paper is I scan it, it's in the scanner app. So everything is digitized. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And it's just my favorite. It's user
Nice.
friendly,
Nice.
and it's just quick to to make sure that you have your things documented. It's one thing to screenshot something, right? But it's another when you have a scanner app that's going to make sure that no matter what kind of lighting you have, you still have a good picture of a document.
Yeah, that's good. I
And
use that app all the
because
time. That's my go-to app right there. It's my go-to app.
man,
Yep.
I
Okay.
love the scanner app. So that
Yep.
means if I want a certain other device, I'm like, oh my gosh, it has to be Apple because scanner app can only be used with Apple. So it's like I'm kind of locked in, but because I love the scanner so much, I'm probably gonna have to stick with Apple, even if I didn't want to, because of the app. That's how strongly I feel about
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
it.
Okay. I like that. Okay. With that
Just a
that'll
scanner app.
That'll work. We need the scanner app. We need the scanner app. Elaine put a couple things in the comments. Zero or another accounting software package. Uh, for those who don't know, I think I pronounced that correctly. XERO is accounting software for small businesses. So she said that that's essential. She also said a CRM package is essential. For those who may not know what CRM is, that is your customer relations management tool. I believe that's what that stands for, customer
Yep.
relations
Yep.
management. So having a CRM, having accountant stuff to keep the books is important as well. Okay, so
Very, very, very much.
we're getting some good things here. And so are there ways I want to throw this in as well. Obviously, you need to make some investment in yourself in order to see yourself grow, right? For those who may not have the large budgets to really jump off and do something, what are some costs for the stuff that you've just mentioned, and those of you in the comments as well? The stuff that you just mentioned, what are some cost-effective ways to get some of these things? Are some of these things cost effective? Like we know social media is as simple as you creating an account and jumping on there and doing what you got to do. But are there some other cost effective communication uh, tools that you can think of?
Absolutely, and it really depends on what you're trying to do. So when it comes down to email, you can go anywhere from HubSpot to that's your CRM, where your customer management system, where you does all your email and big time communications, or you can go with something like Aweber, or something a little smaller, and then and you can actually just kind of Google those other kind of email customer management platforms. So you don't have to go big, but I would say start to look at the tools that are going to allow you to do stuff faster and get more done. Like, for example, I'll name a few tools. Like, you have tools like the Headliner app. The
Mm,
Headliner app, it's a kind of tool where you have a video, you put it in, it gives you your transcript, it cuts it up for you, allows you to actually do a bunch of things that you couldn't do, and it's cheap. And some of the versions are free. And I'm saying these names because these are the tools that people can start to take a look at.
yep.
Another one's like Canva. You know, Canva is
I like
another app
Canva.
where isn't it amazing? You literally become a rock
Yeah.
star graphic designer. I'm talking about it's serious. And
Yeah,
now
man.
ChatGPT and Canva, they are really married together like that. ChatGPT and Canva has its own GPT. So now on ChatGPT, if you go there and you give it a prompt, Canva's already built in. You give
Hmm.
it a prompt on ChatGPT. Now ChatGPT will literally create whatever it is. So let's say you want to create a flyer for accountants, and it'll create the flyer for you, and it'll pull up in ChatGPT, and it'll show you all the different colors. I mean, come on, guys. That would have cost you like $500, right?
I'm
That would have
telling
cost you
you,
like
and the logos
$500
are
before,
nice.
and the
The
logos are
logos are
nice.
really nice. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
so it's all in our hands right now. Oh, look at Peter! He made it out of the train
Pe-
station. All
Peter
right.
made it. Peter
Hey,
made it. Peter
Peter.
made it. Kim, can you hear me?
Yes.
I got Kim in the audio, and I see her coming in and out. I think she's having some connection issues. She's in
Oh, I know,
now.
right?
Her audio's in right now, but she's having some connection issues coming in. In the comments, Barry said that I use a lot of electronic note taking. My phone is my notepad, and I back up to my email account. Michael said that Canva
Me too.
is. Yep, I do that as well. Canva is so cool. Canva is an awesome tool to utilize. I agree with that, Michael. It is cool. Um,
Oh yeah.
yep, Barry said he
Slam
uses
dunk.
phone to record and take notes, especially when I'm on the go. So, Peter, welcome. We're
Hmm.
talking about the the utilization of technology and how
Okay.
we can use that to grow our businesses. And we're shooting out some ideas for individuals who are just starting out. We already dispelled the myth that there is an industry anywhere on the planet that does not need technology. That doesn't exist. So we
Yeah,
dispelled that rumor.
absolutely.
So now, what? Think about you, and this is exactly up your alley, right? As a business consultant and coach, what would you tell an emerging business around technology, the tools that you feel like they should need as they get started.
Uh, say it again.
What
Say it
are
again, please, because for some reason my audio is really quiet.
Oh, no worries, no worries. So,
All
in the
right.
way of technology tools, what would you say to a client that you had who's just starting a business? What would you tell them are some of the tools that they should definitely hit the ground running with as it relates to technology?
Oh, first of all, a CRM.
Okay.
That's a system without which your sales cannot operate effectively. It's the lifeline of your business. If you can't generate revenue, everything else is irrelevant. So, first one, CRM system. Second, really, really good social media management system. So you need to market and you need to engage your clients. Those two things are absolutely paramount. And on the note of operations, it depends where your business operates. Or actually, what's the nature of your business?
Mhm.
If you are a service-based business, or whether you are selling a physical product, there's different things that need to support this. But in general, there has to be a clear process in which you will deliver your product or service to the hands of your clients.
Okay.
So simply, the process itself then determines whether you would need uh, like a workforce management software. If it's a service, then simply you would need to know, okay, who's where, delivering what, where the delivery is in terms of how far down the road. Is it halfway? Is it done? For example, if you are in construction, you may deliver building service and you need to know how it's progressing, whether you are on time, besides being on budget, etc., etc. If you are shipping a physical product to your clients, you would need a system that tracks anything from an order. So, all right, it's been packaged, it's been handed over to the courier. Then where's the package in the process? Then has it been handed to the client? All of these things need to be captured and managed.
Hmm.
Otherwise, you are in a complete dark about your business.
Yeah.
You don't really know what's going on, and that's a proper recipe for a disaster, sooner or later.
Indeed, agree. 100%. So listen, you all that are here now or are watching the replay or are scrolling through the comments, you can see that there are so many things that the panel has shared with you so far in the way of technology. Elaine also said a mailing system like MailerLite or MailChimp helps. And so an email system, if you want of customers. The CRM can help with that as well, depending on which one you use, can help with that as well. Let's talk a little bit about. Um, let's go all the way to the other end of the spectrum. It's not necessarily the other end, but we
Mhm.
started with the social media piece, and we all know that that is
Yes,
something that you can start right away to get in front of people. Those are
yes,
technology tools that you can get in front of people. You can share your message. You can go live. You can do what we're doing right now. I'm live on
yeah,
LinkedIn,
absolutely.
on Facebook, and on YouTube talking about technology, right? So I can use
Yeah,
the technology to get myself out there. So let's talk about the other end
believe
of
it
this.
or not,
Go ahead.
just one thing here.
Mhm.
Believe it or not, right now we are marketing our service to all of you guys who are watching. This is marketing at its best. Yeah? Whether you will choose this or posting pictures, whatever you can think of, this is marketing. Marketing is senior to sales because people would not trust you to buy from you if they don't know you.
Mm.
Yep,
Yeah, so
that's it.
marketing, then sales, and then everything else, which is a fulfillment.
Got it.
Marketing, sales,
Without
fulfillment. Oh my.
marketing, yeah, without the marketing, sales wouldn't happen or very difficult. Without sales, everything else is irrelevant. There's no need
Mm-hmm.
to make the product, pack it, store it, ship it. What for? Who are you going to
Mm-hmm.
ship it to?
Yeah.
Right.
So this is the sequence.
I like it. I like it. And listen, Kim, Kim is back with us. Can you hear me, Kim?
Yes, loud and clear.
All right. So Kim is in the house, and here's Kim. This is right in her wheelhouse because Kim deals with technology. Um, Peter, you were talking about shipping. You were talking about those kinds of
Yes.
things, keeping track of things. That is where Kim shines. She
Hmm.
it works in the RFID technology space. And so, Kim, just talk to us a little bit about the importance of technology from your perspective, using technology to grow your business. Why is that important?
Okay, I believe its importance is because the world have been changing daily itself, and people need to keep a tabs of different things that is taking place, right? So there's all these technologies in terms of putting systems in place to actually make life a little more easier in every angle in
And
business.
indeed, and you work in an area that can help many industries work easier, work smarter, right? And so talk about the RFID technology. Explain what that is for folk who may not be aware of what RFID stands for and what it is. Tell us a little bit about that technology and why it's
Okay,
useful.
sure. So RFIDs is radio frequency technology. Basically, those are individual tags similar to barcodes, but those are built-in chips, right? And each chip have a unique code where you'll be able to apply to any type of product itself. And from there, you could actually tag a product, and you could build a platform in terms of stating, what the product is. So you could actually identify your product by item name, and you'll be able to target in terms of their different numbers. So you actually don't have an idea what you have in stock for inventory as well.
Man, it's incredible, and it's incredible technology, and it's being utilized in so many different areas. Right? You have hotels that are using RFID technology. I just was in a hotel. I just spoke at a conference in Pennsylvania and had this wonderful, really cool card that you just held up to the door, and it unlocked the door. Right? So just really cool things all the way from that on one end of the spectrum to shipping and manufacturing and hospitals and warehousing and all of that kind of thing that uses that level of technology. Now, some industries, you may be an entrepreneur and you may not be all the way there yet, right? But you may need some level of automation. You may not be there yet with the RFID technology, but you may need some automation. Rob, what are some things that a small business can utilize in the way of RPA to really give them the time they need to focus on certain tasks that are not as mundane?
Yeah. That's a great question. I think that the first thing that anyone would have to do is before you, obviously, before you can automate anything, you have to do an assessment of what exactly you're doing. Like what exactly are you doing, and what exactly is your goal? If you can have those two clarities, and then how exactly are you doing that? Like, that's the standardized. Once you figure out, you understand what your goal is, how you're accomplishing it, and how you're doing it. Now you start to take a look at where are you spending a lot of your time. It's all about where you are spending your time because that's what you're going to get back. That's the one thing everybody wish they had more of at the end of no matter who you are. It's like you wish you had more. That's the one thing. We don't have enough of. But that's the one thing with automation you can get more of. It's like you now begin to slow down and accumulate more time in your favor. So, to make a long story short, find out what you're doing, find out what where the repetitive things are, what those particular things are, and then you can start to automate it. For example, like we were talking about the CRM, we were talking about the email marketing, we are talking about the social media. The most important thing is your presence in the world, your presence in the community, which is through social.
Mm.
So that's the first thing. Sounds redundant, but I'm going to go back to it. Those are the things you're going to have to focus on and figure out what platforms you're going to be on, and then automating that wonderful content to go out with nice call to actions and giving people the value that they need so they can be attracted to what you're doing.
Yeah.
Did I say it all, Peter, or I missed something?
No, no, no. This is actually a great way to start. As you say, you cannot automate if you haven't established an objective and a process you have tried and tested that helps you achieve this particular objective every single time.
Mm-hmm.
Then, when you set up this process, then it's about getting this process a lot more efficient. Ideally, you having nothing to do with the process, it just would be executed by technology.
Mm-hmm.
And it can be anything from sending emails, it can be anything from posting on social media. We have great AI tools now where simply you can actually type in one post, or you can even have, you can ask an AI bot to write a piece of content on your behalf, and you will give
Mm-hmm.
it some pointers. Okay, write me an article about this and include these particular 3 or 4 points. Then it
Mm-hmm.
writes a blog post for you. Also, it generates a YouTube video.
Mm-hmm.
It can generate Facebook Reel, an Instagram, and post all of these things on your behalf. This is automation, where simply you create once, publish many.
You're
This is the
talking
thing
about
where,
You're talking about specifically what you just said, that putting that one piece of content out on multiple platforms. That I know one tool is Opus Clip. You may know some more, but Opus Clip
mm,
is a tool that literally takes your long form and does everything you just said, splashes it out
Mhm.
everywhere, does your tags, does your
yeah,
descriptions, writes it up. And again, it's good to note that you gotta give it prompts though when you're writing things up. It's very
Yeah.
important. It doesn't do it all for you.
yes,
Yeah.
Rob, what was the
you
name of
would
that,
need to,
Rob?
yeah,
Opus
It's
Clip.
Opus?
Opus Clip.
Opus Clip. Okay.
Yep.
Hmm. Yeah.
yeah,
Opus Clip will take your long form video and chop it up for you. It will format it for you. It will throw in the captions and
Hmm.
all of that.
Nice.
And
Yeah.
then
yeah.
yep. So yeah, so
As
that's
every
good.
Giving
And
back
tool
people their
needs to be
lives.
mastered.
oh yeah,
Crazy.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's so
Mm-hmm.
many, and you're right, Lisa. Giving people back their lives, their time, and
Hmm.
you guys brought up a very important point. It's one thing to have all of this stuff that you know about in the way of technology, but
Mm,
it's another thing to know what it is that you need
Hmm.
for where
Yeah.
you are in your business, for what
Yeah.
your goals are, for what your strategies are. It You need to know that before you just, so it's not just about amassing all these tools just to say
Yeah.
that you got a house full of technology.
Hmm.
You need to know what it is that you need, and a phenomenal way to figure that
yeah,
out if you're not sure is to do a big fix. If
Hmm.
you do a big fix, you here's what happens as I cover up the great Peter Russell's face with the word big fix. Here
I'm like a minion.
right. So here's what the big fix is for those of you who may not be familiar with it. The big fix allows you as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, to come and sit with a group of business owners and entrepreneurs across all industries. You are then able to share your vision. You're able to share your pain points if you have any, your challenges, any questions that aren't answered. Questions like, hey, this is what I'm trying to do. What technology should I have? All of these kinds of
Yeah,
questions. And what the group does then, the one goal that the group has is to pour into you, is to give you ideas, to give you suggestions, to give you tips, to give you pointers, to give you guidance around moving the needle in your business. Kim just is fresh off of the big fix. Kim, I'd love to hear. We would love to hear your give us your synopsis on your experience with the big fix. What was that for? What was that like for you? Was it beneficial?
Oh my God, you're putting me on the spot. All right. Basically, it was a new experience for me because I'll be honest. I believe I'm introvert, so I'm not an extrovert. And actually, being among other inspiring people and other entrepreneurs, it helped me realize that I'm not alone and I don't need to do it alone. So I was really inspired
That's
in
right.
terms of, you know, there's a there's a place where I belong.
Nice. And you are welcome. You are very
Indeed.
welcome.
Thanks so much.
You
And there's
sound
so much to
sound
learn as
like
well.
you. Sound like what you said, Lisa. The same thing. You said you
Yep.
didn't know. You realized you didn't have to do things alone. You said the exact same thing.
I know
Hmm.
Now,
I have a
Uh,
lot to work on still,
Yep.
right? But at least you're being with me and working along with me. So that's very important and I really appreciate it. So thanks a lot. Thumbs up.
that
All
This
that
right.
is
is
so,
awesome.
so, so powerful.
Thank you,
That's
So
awesome.
Kim.
powerful
Yeah.
to
Welcome.
actually
So,
understand, get to this point where you finally understanding that no one ever in the history of mankind
Mm-hmm.
achieved anything remarkable or great being the only person on a remote island.
Hmm.
Yep.
Okay? You
Yep.
and
can't do
one
big
thing,
things alone.
Barry been pushing me a lot. So I must say I really appreciate this.
Shout out to
That's
Barry
good.
Tate.
That's
Shout out
good.
to Barry
Big
Tate
up, Barry.
who's been pushing her. Elaine says she is looking forward to scared in equal measures for her big fix on December 6th and 7th. Don't be scared, Elaine. It is a
Well,
phenomenal
there's no reason
experience.
for that.
It is a great experience, and what I love. So for those of you who think this is staged and it's a setup, you heard Kim say I just put her on the spot. She didn't know I was going to do that, and you heard what she said. You do not have to go about this alone. There are individuals who can assist you with that. Now, I got a little bit more to say about the big fix, but I'm gonna come back to that at the very end. Let's end off with this. Michael, I saw your question in the chat. Let's share with Michael what you think you might be some recommendations in the way of technology tools for teachers and for affiliate marketers.
Mm, good question. I
That's a
mean,
great question.
yeah. Teachers, for the teachers, I would say like what are you trying to accomplish? I mean, like Udemy and Teachable, like platforms to upload your coursework, or you can do coursework through LinkedIn as well. You can offer courses through LinkedIn. So it really depends on how you want to serve that. Um,
Okay.
you know.
Okay, you can use Gumroad. This is an amazing platform.
Gumroad, true,
Mm. What's
true.
Gumroad?
Gumroad is a nice platform. So
Like
we,
New thing. Well, not that new, but
mm-hmm.
relatively new.
mm,
Check it out. It's a platform which has no setup fees. It only takes commission from your sale.
Yeah,
of your courses,
of anything,
Yes.
of
Yeah.
anything.
of
Literally
Okay.
anything.
anything.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
yeah,
Drum roll on that
of
I'm
one.
learning
anything.
some
Drum
things
roll on
tonight.
that
I'm
one.
Yeah,
like,
Come on now.
I'm jumping into
education,
my phone, trying to put
educational
notes in.
resources, uh, graphic design resources,
Mhm.
all you name it.
Wish I could
Yeah.
drop. Wish
Yeah,
we could drop these in the chat, man. I'm
Yeah.
trying to sit down.
Just
I
type
know.
in gumroad.com.
yep. Gumroad, like chewing gum,
Hmm.
GUM road,
Yeah,
all
there
one
used to
word.
be Gumtree. It's still a thing.
Uh, I don't know. Good question. But yeah, there's
I
there's
don't know.
there's the product categories is crazy. I mean,
Hmm.
everything from
Yes.
3D software development, self improvement, and everything in between. Music,
Yeah, you
the whole
can
nine.
set up a whole shop on
Yep.
Gumroad now and zero setup costs.
Hmm.
Interesting. All right.
Yep.
I'm gonna go visit there.
Yeah.
What
Well,
was
I
that'll
what
have
work.
was the
things
what
to
was the other
do.
one?
So Michael said tools for teaching. The other one was for affiliate marketers. Before we get
Affiliate
to
marketers.
affiliate marketers, I would say Michael as well. just to piggyback what the gentleman said, it would depend on what your end goal is for teaching, right? So you have on one end of the spectrum, you have tools like Kartra and um, Udemy and Teachable and those kinds of places where you can put on courses. Then on the other end, if you're talking about in classroom settings, so folk that are in elementary school or high school, middle school, you can then utilize uh, certain software. Like, for example, here's a great software. It's called Kahoot, Kahoot. And
I
what
like Kahoot.
I love
So
Kahoot. And
fun.
so what Kahoot does is help you to gamify your quizzes and tests. And so what the students would do is they pull out their phone or computer, they would log on, you'd give them a code that would get them into the Kahoot session, and then you'd put the question up on the screen. They can answer on their device, and it'll show how many got it right, how many, and you can gamify it, make prices, give prizes and stuff. So you got those two
Wow.
ends of the spectrum and everything in between as it relates to technology tools. Anything for affiliates
I have one more for
or
teachers.
teachers? Okay.
Um, what was the name of the gentleman who asked the question?
Michael.
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 Uh, Depends on what's your target audience. So Gumroad is a new thing. Definitely check this out. However, what you should definitely go and visit and check out if your audience is younger, Discord.
Yeah. True.
I have seen some crazy results people have achieved with creating their own Discord server. And on this Discord server, they just listed their private YouTube videos so people can access them via Discord. If it's young audience, they would definitely be on Discord.
Yeah. True. Good point. Good point. Michael says thank you
Yeah.
to Peter Russell. Barry Tate says proud of you, Kim. Indeed, good stuff. Kim said she's an introvert. She's not an extrovert by any means, and so this is
She
a
did
big
wonderful
step.
yesterday. She did
Yep. Did
wonderful
awesome.
yesterday.
Did
Yeah,
awesome. Awesome.
She
two,
did.
three more
Awesome.
big
Yeah.
fixes, and she's going to be completely turned inside out.
Yeah, you're gonna be good to go. You're gonna
Thanks
be
a
good to
lot.
go. You're gonna be good to go. So listen, that's a very small, condensed time frame that of talking about technology. This is something that we could literally do a series on every week for
Oh,
all
absolutely,
of
yes.
2024 because there's so many tools out there, right? So the first thing I would say, and this was said in the beginning, we're going to wrap this up, but the first thing I would say is make sure that you are able to understand and identify what your needs are as it relates to your
Yes.
specific business. And then once you do that, then you can now begin to plug in tools that can help you. The Big Fix is a phenomenal way to do that. The Big Fix is free, by the way. So if you're not familiar, if you've never heard us talk about the Big Fix is free. If you want to come sit with a group of professionals, entrepreneurs who will pour into you ideas. Literally, they want absolutely nothing from you in return. They will just pour in ideas. You can reach out to anybody that you see on this screen and let them know, hey, I'd like to sit in on this big fix you were talking about just to see what it's like. And then, like Elaine, go ahead and jump in the hot seat. Or like Kim, go ahead and jump in the hot seat. Or any of us that are on this screen who have also been a part of that experience as well. You can schedule
Some of
that.
us multiple times.
Some of us multiple times. You're right. You're right. So you can schedule that there as well. And then let's do this. I know, Lisa, we don't have you on screen right now, but I think you can still take us through this closing exercise just
Yes.
using voice.
Sure. Sure. Because that's what matters most in this. You don't have to see me. You just have to hear me, right? Also, I just want to put out there anybody who's watching this, if this is either you're watching it live or the replay, if there's anything that you'd like for us to discuss that you haven't heard us talk about or something that
Yeah,
you want to hear us talk about again, let us know what you'd like to talk to us about and we can
I
chop
agree.
it up, and
Very good.
every week we kind of get to meet one of the people who have been on the Big Fix who have had it done and know what it's like. So we have a good time here. So we're here to help you guys out. So if there's something that you want to talk about, let us know what that is. And that way we can, chop it up and talk about that too.
I
All
love
right.
that. Thank you for saying that. Indeed.
Yeah, no
Indeed.
problem. All right. So, we always end this with some type of mindful type of thing that I want you all to do. So, we've talked about different things about envisioning your life and how you would like to see yourself in your life. And, whatever goals you have, if you can't picture it, they can't happen. It's just not going to. You have to be able to picture the outcome of what you're working for. And when you do that, it makes getting to that goal a lot easier. All right. So, what I always ask you all to do, and I think you can do this even when you first wake up in the morning, excuse me, as you wake up in the morning, before you get out of the bed, just just think for a little bit. Just think about what you're thankful for. Think about your health. Think about everything that you want to happen in your day, and set that intention for your day, that you're going to move through safely, that it's going to be a happy day. You're going to get some good news. Let those be the thoughts that you start your day with, and it'll make a difference in your day. All right, so let's just take some breathing in. I think in the morning is good. Take like maybe 20 strong breaths in, like exaggerated in and out. Just oxygenate your body. It'll really help you out, I think, and clear up any brain fog you might have from that crazy dream you had last night. All right, so I'd say taking a deep breath for 5 seconds. As you're breathing, think of your navel going away from you. Hold it for 5 seconds. Hi. And release that air 5 seconds, controlled. And now hold it out. That's your last 5 seconds. Okay, so let's just get used to just stopping every now and again and just take in some intentional breaths, not the regular that stuff that we do all day long. Let's just be mindful and make an appointment with yourself to breathe. If you can handle that, I think you can do that for yourself. So let's do that. And we got to start somewhere. Let's just start breathing right first. So that's all
Indeed.
I have to say.
Good stuff. We thank you for that. We saw Larry in the background of
I saw
Peter
you,
Square. Shout out to Larry Coslet, the brainchild behind Love Entrepreneurs. Again, Love Entrepreneurs is a fellowship of business owners and entrepreneurs. The sole goal being to help ordinary people build extraordinary businesses. Elaine said, "Great conversation, great call. Thanks, everyone. Thank you, Elaine, for being here. Barry, Michael, those of you who are in the comments, thank you for being here. Kim, shout out to Kim, who just went through this experience as well. Shout out to you, Kim. Thank you for taking some time to hang out with the panel
Thank
as
you,
well.
Kim.
Appreciate you.
Thanks so
being here.
much.
You're very welcome. Listen, we'll be back again. Well, actually, you know what? We will not
About
be
2
back
weeks.
next week. We will not be
Everybody's
back
gonna be
next
eating
week.
turkey.
Yeah, next week is Thanksgiving here in the U.S. I will probably be out of town, and so we will be back in 2 weeks with another episode of the Love Entrepreneurs Show. Listen, thank you guys for being a part of this, and have a phenomenal rest of your week, and we will see you real soon.
Bye.
Later.
See ya.
Attention.
I just got some marketing materials for my business and I didn't pay any cash. That's right, you heard me. No cash. Imagine going into a mall that is designed just for businesses, and inside this mall is everything that you need for your business, from marketing and advertising to coaching to video editing to voiceover work to course development and everything that you can think of. Now imagine going into one of these places, asking for what you need for your business, and when you get to the counter, the person tells you that you don't need to pay cash. Now, I know what you're asking. How in the world is that possible? This is how it's possible. It's possible through Silvertree, a business community that creates the opportunity for members to do business with each other using an internal currency called silver. There are over 450 businesses that are a part of this community, and it's growing every day. How can you be a part of it, you ask? Click somewhere around this video and sign up for the next webinar so that we can introduce you to this new and incredible way of doing business. We want your business to be a part of this community, so we're looking forward to seeing you inside.
Hi, I'm Fiona Clark. I'm the Synergizer, and I've been an entrepreneur for quite a few years now. And through that journey, my business has developed, it's changed, it's evolved, as all business does. But what I found was most helpful for me during the big fix was just getting a different perspective on what was possible that I hadn't even thought about. I think there are definitely areas in business where we really excel within our own knowledge and our own mastery, if you like, and there are other areas where we need help. So if you are looking to evolve your business, grow your business, and you are an entrepreneur, the biggest gift you can give to yourself really is to collaborate with other entrepreneurs who understand business, understand the journey, but also are ready to support you where you need it. And this is what this group does. So if you're looking to evolve your business, to grow your business, highly recommend you join.